Next, I'd like to welcome Marko Štajcer, our line of business director at Solvership. Marko has been with the company for 16 years, focusing on big data, AI, and cloud. Today, he'll give us an inside look at IFS project and share what's coming next. Marko?
Thank you, Ines. And thank you all for being here tonight. I will share just our experience with IFS project. It's funded by Hamak Bikro from a POC program. So how it started? It started like 2 or 3 years ago when we started working for Sport Republic, building their scouting platform, where we learned a lot about data, about business processes at football scouting, and we saw a lot of challenges they have. So our idea was, let's try to apply for the project to build something that even doesn't exist yet in the world. So our idea was to use AI to predict football players' potential, sports potential, and future market value. So it's very tough problem, tough challenge, much tougher than we actually thought it will be. So what's the problem in football scouting? So usually it's wrong focus on the scouts. So football clubs, they have limited resources they can send to watch football games and watch players. So it's really important to put right focus of football scouts, where to go, which players to watch. And another problem is that all scouts are very subjective. So when people are watching some players, they have like their own preferences, and they are very subjective about their evaluation of players. So our idea was to do something like they did in Moneyball. Sorry, I already covered that topic. So our goal of the project, so we started it like in February last year, and we just finished it, was to create algorithms for predicting player sports potential and future market value. We should do that. We should do that to receive TRL4. It's like laboratory prototype. So it's not production ready. It's not ready to sell to some clubs. It's still prototype level. So what are business challenges? René already mentioned that football is much more complex than baseball. So why is that? Because we have more players in the field. There's more interactions between players. So in baseball you have just pitch and then you have to hit the ball. We have much more positions, and on each position we have different players with different characteristics. So for example, you expect different characteristics from center back than you expect from midfielder. So also there's a lot of we say it role of luck. Sometimes you really feel that luckiest team got to win. Also, there is aging curves. When we try to predict player potential, it's not like, for example, you have Luka Modric. He is now 39 years old. He is playing still at highest level, while you have some players that are his age but not playing professional football for 10 years. Usually we got some help from René. He told us there are some profiles of the players, like shorter players. They reach their peak earlier and they finish very early. Also, like Wayne Rooney, or short fast players. But also you have profiles of the other players that are also short but midfielders, like Luka Modric, like it was Andrea Pirlo. They last very long. But it also doesn't have to be like usual, because you have Andres Iniesta, who finished his career, let's say his career at top level very early. Also, it's really difficult to measure player contribution to the game. Usually you can see different online discussions when they compare Luka Modric to I don't know, Kevin De Bruyne, who is better. Kevin De Bruyne has much more assists, for example, but in some very important games, maybe Luka Modric has much bigger impact to the game, especially when it comes to control of the game, or control of the tempo and possession, than Kevin De Bruyne has. So it's really difficult to measure things like that, and you cannot see that in data that is already available. What were data challenges? So first, we wanted to connect data from different sources, and there is no OIB of a player to do join, or there is no unique ID that you can use to join data from different sources. So you can have different providers that sell data like StatsBomb, Popta, Skill Corner. Also, you have publicly available data, and you can just join those data. For example, you have two Luka Modrices. One plays for Real Madrid and another plays for NK Nedeljanec. I don't know. Also, Tete was the guy. He is now at Galatasaray. It was like our test example. So there are different Tetes. It's Kenny Tete Morente. But that one Tete, he's Brazilian, and he has like 13 names. And when you find his name in different sources, in each source it's different. So you can just like that join data from each source. So we had to create machine learning algorithm that will learn how to join players, and that was like first step to create complete complete view of the player. So that was first point. Then statistical data is not comparable. So this is example from SofaScore. So they have their scoring algorithm. We have here Filip Krovinovic, Florian Wirtz, Marko Bulat. They participated in games in different level. So I'm not sure which games were that, but you can see that Filip Krovinovic and Marko Bulat get much better ratings. I think the result was the same in all the games. But Florian Wirtz actually played the game which was on much higher level with much higher intensity of the play. So what I wanted to say, when we have statistical data and we have like 80% of successful passes in Croatian League and 80% of successful passes in Premier League, it's not worth the same. So you cannot just use raw statistical data and try to evaluate player like that. So also when we try to predict potential, so there is no reference value how to use it to evaluate models. So currently there is no like value which says player has potential, which is something. So we had to invent that, and also value of the player is influenced by marketing and other stuff that is not purely statistical data. So what it means for evaluation of our models, if you have, for example, Marti Baturina, he's evaluated by Transfermarkt like 20 million, something like that. If you have players with the same characteristics as Martin Baturina, for example, in Arsenal, he would be worth like 60 million, something like that. Because all the evaluations are subjective, and it depends on club rating and a lot of other factors. Also, I don't know, highest sale of Croatian League was probably Marko Piazza. It was like 30 million, but highest sale from some other leagues is much higher. So clubs like Borussia Dortmund can sell player for more than 100 million euros. So that was reason why evaluation of our models was very complicated. Data sources. When we started project, so StatsBomb is a popular data provider. They have open data, like they have free data, demo data sets, and we have like historical data sets for La Liga. We had complete Lionel Messi biography and some other historical data sets, but those data sets were not detailed enough. even we didn't have enough history, because if we want to train AI and machine learning models, we need history, and we didn't have enough history. Still, we don't have historical data like more than 5 years ago. It's not available. So it would be great if we could have detailed data of Luka Modric when he was playing for Dinamo, but we don't have that. That doesn't exist because at that moment, StatsBomb and Opta didn't collect those data. So what we used open data from StatsBomb. We contacted all data providers. We collect some open data sets. Also, in our project, we have to use non-statistical data, so we create data pipelines to use some publicly available data. We try to create, we call it like media profile of the player, so we could identify his personal traits, like if he is professional, if he has good sportsmanship, and so on. We could do it, but not for complete database. And when we try to build model, missing data is really big problem to have accurate models. What are project results? So currently we have a laboratory prototype. We can create rich player profile, not for all players, but we think that in the future data will be more and more available, and it will work, and we will be able to collect and create like rich player profile. And we have algorithms that predict player athletic potential and future market value. It was very complicated. It's still laboratory prototype, but we have promising results. So our idea would be, for example, if I don't know, for example, Dinamo tomorrow sells Martin Baturina, and they have to find replacement player. Our algorithm would say, okay, there are midfielders with some potential. You can filter out like target value. We have like 5 million to spend, and to display players that have like potential that is like 7 out of 10 or higher. So they could like send scouts and put their focus on selected players that algorithm recommends. And future developments, René already mentioned that it would be great to track how players move on the pitch. What we cannot see from the data is when player is not positioning as he should, and there is a lot of things that you cannot see in the data, especially some mistakes that player does, or mistakes that player does in movement. And data providers already started to collect those data, and once when we will be using those data, our algorithms will be much better. And yeah, that's it. Is anyone who recognized this man here? You got the name there. Yeah, I got a name there. This is Valery Lobanovsky. He's great coach of Dynamo Kiev, so he was coach of Andriy Shevchenko. You for sure remember him. And he was the first one who started to use data analytics in football. It was like in 1990s. He was always, you could see him on Champions League games with his handbook, and he was taking notes about events in the game. So something that he did there that time manually, we can collect, and much more than that from data providers, and use it for analytics. So once when we'll have 360 data, will be much better, because he said that most important thing in modern football is what player is doing on the pitch when he is not in possession of the ball. So let's conclude with that sentence. Thank you.
Thank you, Marko, for these great insights. Does anyone have any questions for Marko? Yeah.
Hi. So as you put it, you seem to be waiting for the data collectors to give you more data so you can process it, if I understood correctly.
Yeah.
So is there any chance Is that an interesting approach for you to collect your own data, to get involved in the data collection yourselves, so you could speed up the process? Or where is the project heading, like concretely? If you're not waiting for them to collect the data, what else is there for you to do at this moment?
At this moment, we have just finished that project, so it ends with TRL4, but we will not collect data. We will always just use data and create our algorithms. This year there is an announcement that there will be another e-recall. It will be much bigger call than this. It was like 60K grant. E-recall is much bigger grant. It's like 1.5 or 2 million. And we will, if project will be suitable for that call, we will probably apply for that project. And then if we got this grant, then we will probably proceed with the project.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Anybody else? Okay. Marko, thank you, and you can have a seat.